Chale? So we'll pick up problems. I've brought problems all along, and let's see. 1 minute, huh? Sorry, I think I missed out one. Okay, let's take this problem. Motion with gravity. You remember v equal to u plus at becomes v equal to u plus gt. नीचे जैसे है, पढ़ के आने बोला था मैं, पढ़ के नहीं आएंगे तो समझ में नहीं आएगा, बार बार बोल रहा हूं. So a ball is dropped from a height of 20 meter. Very interesting problem. A ball is dropped from a height of 20 meters. So let's first make the diagram. Unless and until we make diagrams, we're not going to learn anything. So the diagram is somewhat like this, that we have, say, this, okay? Now the height, this height is 20 meters. So a ball is dropped, mind the language, dropped. This ball is dropped from a height of 20 meters. So how much is this ball traveling? This ball is traveling a distance of exactly 20 meters. So this distance is 20 meters. Once your diagram is clear, everything will be clear. This is 20 meters. A second ball is thrown downwards. Mind you, a second ball is thrown downwards. So first ball is dropped, which means the first ball's initial velocity will be 0, because this is a case of drop. Drop stands for free fall. And then we have a second ball, and it says that the second ball is thrown downwards from the same height after 1 second. That's very stylish. After 1 second. बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. हमने इसको फेंका, इसको ड्रॉप किया, and this one was thrown after 1 second, mind you. Okay, if both the balls reach the ground at the same time, both the balls have reached the ground at the same time, calculate the initial velocity of the second ball. So obviously, since this was thrown, so it should have some initial velocity. Okay, so this is say u1 and this is say u2. We don't know what is u2. That is what has been asked to us to find out. What is u2, right? It is a motion under gravity. So what is happening? Gravity is always acting downwards. G is acting downwards. Acceleration due to gravity. So all our equations will be positive equations in this case, right? Now we need to find out with what speed it was thrown down. Now if you see, the distance is given to you, so obviously the second equation works more better. S equal to ut plus half at square, that equation, because you know what is the distance. But t for this and t for this have got a catch. They're not same. The time taken by this, they both reach at the same time. So the time taken by this ball is 1 second less than the time taken by this ball. They both reach together. Do you agree? But this ball, this was released at first second. It took 10 seconds. In the 10th second, this ball also reached down, but it was released in the second. So it actually took 9 seconds. So if we can calculate what is the time taken for this ball, we get to know also what is the time taken for this ball by just deducting 1. And if you know time, then S equal to ut plus half at square, everything is known. Only we need to find out u. So we'll first target this problem from ball number 1. Okay. So let's look at ball 1. For ball 1, my u is equal to how much, beta? 0 meters per second. Why? Because this is a dropped case. Okay. G, they have asked you to take as how much? 10 meters per second square. And I'm interested to find out what from here? The time taken by this ball. So can I write h is equal to, now this is a motion which is going downwards. So h is equal to ut plus half gt square. Now this ut portion will be 0 because my initial velocity is 0 and my h is how much? 20. 20 is equal to half into 10 into t square. Agreed? 0 takes away 0. So 2 2s are 4. So t square is equal to 4. That means t is equal to plus minus 2. And here we will reject t equal to minus 2 because time cannot be negative. So t equal to 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, this ball came down. Is this understood by all? Yes. Right? Now we need to actually find out for Ball 2. Our main problem is in ball 2. Ball 2. So in ball 2, u is unknown. That is u2. Let's put it as u2. Unknown. Right? What is the height that this ball is traveling? It will be traveling the same height of 20 meters. How much time is it taking? It is taking the time of 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1 second. Why did it take 1 second less? Because both balls reached at the same time. However, this ball was dropped 1 second later. तो इसने तो basically 1 second कम travel किया ना, ये तो समझ में आ गया. And then g for this will also be equal to 10 meters per second square. We need to find out u. So let's find out. H is equal to ut plus half gt square. H is, so this becomes h. Let's put the data. Thank you so much. 20 is equal to u2 multiplied by 1, and this is half into 10 into 1 square. So this becomes how much? 5. So take 5 this side. So this becomes 15 is equal to u2 into 1. So u2 is equal to 15 meters per second. Thank you so much, Ananya. Yes, that's what you should do. So the initial velocity of the second ball is 15 meters per second. I'm so sorry. Correct. I'm going ahead with the next problem. Okay, otherwise we'll not finish. Right, let's take the next problem and see whether we have understood the next one or not. Chalo. Next, it says, to estimate the height of a bridge over a river, a stone is dropped freely in the river from the bridge. Okay, so let's say roughly, we have a scenario like, say there is water out here and you have a bridge. So how do you make a bridge? It's something like, say, this way we have a bridge. Okay, so this is old bridges in, say, London White Bridge hai, as a bridge hai. So to estimate the height, to estimate the, what do you call, the height of a bridge. So let me make it a straight line first, so that at least we get a better picture. So this is, say, the height of the bridge. To estimate the height of this bridge, a stone is dropped freely in the river. Dropped freely. Okay, make a note of this word. Whenever you're getting this problem, always see dropped freely means the u will be 0. So I have a stone out here and the stone is dropped freely. That means its u is equal to 0. From the bridge, the stone takes 2 seconds to touch the water surface. So the stone has traveled up till here. So in order to find the height of the bridge, this is the height of the bridge, right? H. The stone has taken a time, how much? 2 seconds. From the bridge, calculate the height of the bridge from the water level given g is equal to so much. Very easy. So how do? We say h should be equal to ut plus half gt square. But mind you, here they have said take the g's value as 9.8. So h की value कितनी हो गई? Whenever it's a dropped case, this portion becomes 0. So this is 0, u is 0 plus half. How much is g? 9.8 into t square. T is how much? 2. So t square becomes 4. So this becomes 2 into 2. So h value becomes 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 10.6 meters.
No, sir, 19.6.
Oh, 19.6. Sorry. आज क्या हो गया है? 19.6. Yeah. Sorry. 19.6 meter. Understood? Easy problem. आगे बढ़े. ठीक है, आप देखते जाओ, आप उसको घर पे जाके कर सकते हो, आप जस्ट समझो आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं. ठीक है, because if we give the time to copy all problems, we won't be able to finish. Let's go to the next one. Let's take this. When a ball is thrown vertically upwards, okay, try to understand this problem. When a ball is thrown vertically upwards, it goes through a distance of 19.6. Again, see, whenever they give 19.6, they'll give you 9.8 because यहाँ पे कटाकटी हो जाएगा. Find the initial velocity of ball and the time taken by it to rise the highest point, acceleration due to gravity. Let's draft the scenario. So this is my ground level and the ball has been thrown vertically upwards. So it will reach some maximum height. Do you agree or not? Okay. तो ये मेरा ball है. इसको मैंने कहां से कहां तक भेजा? यहाँ पे maximum height भेजा. And this height I think is given in the question. It reaches 19.6 meters. ठीक है ना? This is max height. This is max height. And at max height, something happens. V becomes equals to 0. Final velocity is always 0. Now look at the gravity. Acceleration due to gravity is acting downwards. So this all scenario will be a negative scenario because you're going against acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Find the initial velocity. The ball has been thrown vertically upwards. That means there has to be some initial velocity which we don't know. We have to find that initial velocity. It goes to a distance of blah blah. We have taken care of this. Find the initial velocity and the time taken by it to rise. So we have to find both initial velocity as well as time. Okay. So we cannot take an equation where both u and t are there because we don't know u, we don't know t. But we can take a third equation where we don't have t out there. So the third equation is what? V square is equal to u square plus, no, here it will be minus 2gh. Always understand, see, use some common sense. When we are going up, our velocity will reduce from the initial velocity. Therefore, the final velocity will always be less. हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं ना बेटा, so हमारा velocity initial velocity से कम होना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है? इस क्वेश्चन में अब हम इसको कैसे करें? I can make this equation as u square equal to 2gh. Why? Because this portion is 0. Got it? So we are asked to find out what u. So my u becomes equal what? Under root 2gh. Correct? And g's value is 9.8. So let's take it. 2 into 9.8 into h, 19.6. And we have to do a root of this.
19.6 into 19.6.
19.66 and 19.6. So u is equal to how much? 19.6 meters per second. So we have found out the first part. The second part asked us about time. So let's use the first equation now. V is equal to u plus at, but this is a going upward case, so u minus gt. But v is always 0, so u should be equal to gt. So t should be equal to u upon g. U's value is how much? 19.6. T's value is how much? We have to find out. G is how much? 9.8. 9.8 if you 2. So in 2 seconds the ball has gone up. And in grade 11 you will learn that in 2 seconds it will come down also. Time of ascent is always equal to time of descent. समझ में ये problem भी. आगे बढ़े. So एक और problem. Anything else in this problem that you have not understood? Clear? Right. Next. A cricket ball. Acha, I didn't ask. Aditi and Hannah, you're able to follow the problems, correct? Okay. They're easy. A cricket ball is again dropped. Means u should be equal to 0. Okay. From a height of 20 meters. Whenever they give you 20, they will give you g as 10. 19.6 means g will be given as 9.8. अभी देखो धीरे धीरे ट्रिक समझ में आ रहा है. तो चलिए इस सिनारियो को ड्रॉ करते हैं. So this is cricket ball is drawn from always get the schematic correct. If you don't copy anything, at least copy the schematic. The cricket ball is dropped from a height of 20 meters. That means from here to here, my distance is how much, beta? H is equal to 20 meters. And calculate the speed of the ball when it hits the ground. So G is acting in this way. So my motion will have everything positive in my equation, right? When it hits the ground, calculate the time taken. Speed when it hits the ground. What all definitions we have? V is equal to u plus at, but we don't know t, so we can use it. V square equal to u square plus 2as. Yes, we can use it because we know s here. And it is dropped, so u will be taken care of. A is already known to us, so let's use that equation. So we use v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. But this fellow is 0 because you have dropped the ball. So v becomes equals to under root 2gh. So what should be the value of it? 2 into 10 into 20. So this becomes 400. And 400's root is how much? 20. So ideally you get the answer as, see, I'll tell you how properly, plus minus 20 meter per second. And if you go by physics, then the value of V should be negative 20 meter per second because the velocity is pointing downwards. But at your school level and all, what they will do, they will just take the positive root of it and say 20 meters per second. Then 20 meters per second is actually representing the magnitude of the velocity. But if you are saying minus 20 means you are being more particular. You are saying, huh? Wow, what a nice observation. Since it has said speed, then this is ruled out. We just say 20 because speed means magnitude. Yes, this is what is observation. Speed is the magnitude of velocity. So it's 20 meters per second. अगर मुझे velocity बोलता तो मैं क्या लिखता? -20. -20 doesn't mean slow. It only says it is going in the not opposite, downward direction. Here there is nothing called opposite. Upward is positive y, downward is negative y. So -20. ठीक है, ये भी हो गया. Okay, calculate the time taken. So time we can use the first equation now. What is the first equation? V is equal to u plus at. So it will be u plus gt. V's value you know, t you need to find out. So t should be equal to v minus u divided by g. Right? What is v minus u? U is 0. So v is 20 divided by 10, which is equal to 2 seconds. Clear? Very easy problems. चलो next problem.
Yes, sir.
गर्मा गर्म एकदम पकौड़े तले जा रहे खाते जाओ. A ball is thrown up with a speed of 15 meters per second. How high will it go before it begins to fall? How high means maximum height it has asked before it begins to fall. We throw a ball, it will go to the maximum height, only then it will start falling. तो चलो इसको भी करते हैं. तो ये हमारा हो गया बॉल. इसको कहाँ पे फेंकना है? ऊपर फेंकना है. So this ball, and this has been thrown with an initial velocity of how much beta? 15 meters per second. G is acting this way, so this will all be a negative equation. How high will it go? And this high we will always take as the height, which is the h max. h max होने पे बॉल यहाँ पे जाएगा. इस वक्त इसकी v हो जाएगी 0 meters per second. So we'll use the third equation. That's easy. How high it has, they have asked us. So v square is equal to u square minus 2gh, and this is 0. So u square becomes equals to 2gh because this portion will be 0. Agreed? So how high it will go? So h is equal to u square by 2g. Now let's find out what is the value of u square. 225 divided by 2 into 9.8. I need to break your head a bit. Do break it. Have you understood how to find it? U square 15 will be 225. कर लोगे? चले आगे. और है नहीं. Anyone, any questions so far? I have this much only for you. This is more than enough. We'll give you some worksheets also you can do. But any question, right from the first one, look at it. We'll just take all the slides one by one. Aditi, is this one clear, beta? Hannah, clear? This one? Okay, have a look at the previous one. Is there anything that you did not understand on this one? Fine? Right. Taking the next one. This one is all okay? So here we had an observation. They had asked you speed, so you did not go by the sign. You can just go by the positive one because it's all about magnitude. And then we had to estimate the height of a bridge. And then we had this problem. Okay? Chale? Now take your copies and let's go to our main topic of today, which is a very, very interesting topic, which is the topic of mass and weight, which even if you bring an engineering child also, he'll also do garbar. Not engineering child, he's an engineering student. So mass and weight we will study in two ways. We will study first what the book tells you and what you need to cram, what you need to puke to get marks, in which you'll get marks, but you'll still stay an idiot. And then we'll uncover the idiotism out of us. So are we ready? Okay. So let's understand mass and weight. First part will be very easy. This is the book part. And if you write anything from here, you get full marks. Mass. So let's say we have a cricket bat. Okay, this is a cricket bat. So mass means, mass is the actual content of matter a body possesses, present in a body. So if this cricket bat is made up of plastic, how much plastic is present in the body is mass. Understood? Okay, this is the first point. Second, we say mass is always a scalar quantity because mass does not have any direction. Okay. The third point we say mass is universally constant. Mass is universally constant. That means if the mass, say for example, and number 4, the last point, the SI unit of mass is kg. So if this if this cricket bat has half kg plastic, let this cricket bat has half kg plastic. Now let's define what is the mass of this cricket bat, half kg plastic. What is the mass of this cricket bat in Andromeda galaxy? Half kg plastic. What is the SI unit of mass? Kg. Is it a scalar quantity or a vector? It's a scalar quantity. You did not define direction while you are defining mass. Pretty clear. Nothing so different about it, right? So let's go by weight. Whenever you talk about weight, then the same body comes into picture. The same body comes into picture. And how much was this mass? Half kg. Do you agree? Weight factor, whenever it comes to your mind, you have to associate one celestial body with it. So since we are in Earth, we are not in Earth, we are on Earth. So I am associating the celestial body as Earth. Understood? And in your mind, you have to now take this cricket bat. We will take this cricket bat and we try to bring this cricket bat on the surface of Earth. Have you understood? So let's see what is weight. अब ऐसे रट्टू वाला definition लिख लो पहले, फिर पढ़ेंगे. Weight is the force by which a mass is pulled by the Earth towards its center. Now, I'm being very specific. I have written Earth. You could have also written a celestial body. Even then, it's correct because it's not necessary that you want to measure the weight on Earth. But अभी आप थोड़ी मून में जाके weight measure करोगे रोज रोज, हम Earth में करेंगे. तो weight is तो यहाँ से एक चीज समझ में आया भाई साहब, weight is a force. weight की बात जब भी होगी ना, weight एक तरह का force है. Weight is a force by which now this body will be pulled towards the Earth. फोर्स का डेफिनेशन क्या होता है बेटा? मा. इसका मास मल्टीप्लाइड बाय एक्सेलरेशन, बट दैट एक्सेलरेशन इज स्पेशल एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? सो यहां पे हम इसकी डेफिनेशन भी लिख देंगे. वेट ऑफ अ बॉडी इज ऑलवेज F into G, sorry, M into G, M into G, where M stands for the mass and G stands for acceleration due to gravity. Have you understood? Force का definition तो मास होता है ना, mass into acceleration, ये भी तो mass into acceleration. So these are the first 2 points. This is the actual content of matter. Unless you know the mass, you cannot compute the weight. पहले आपको mass जानना जरूरी है, उसके बाद ही आप weight निकाल पाओगे. So this is the first point. Second point, ये force है तो definitely this is a vector quantity. And what is the direction of weight? The direction of weight is always towards the center of the earth. जहां भी आप खड़े हो जाओ, your direction of weight will always be towards the center of the earth. Okay. Now the third point comes. It is not universally constant. Why is it not universally constant? Because of this factor G. G of every planet is different. Like G of moon is 1/6 the G of earth. G of any planet will be different. So यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा देख लो, G की वैल्यू क्या होती थी? G, since we are on earth, we will say me divided by re square. If you were on Jupiter, then Jupiter's acceleration due to gravity will be big G. This, why am I retaining big G? Big G is universal gravitational constant. ये change ही नहीं होगा कभी. But mass of Jupiter divided by square of the radius of Jupiter. What is G on Halley's comet? It will be G into mass of Halley's comet divided by radius of Halley's comet, and you are assuming everything is spherically round. G on the moon Titan will be mass. So every सबका G अलग है, इसीलिए weight universally same हो ही नहीं सकता है. जैसे ही मैं मून में जाऊंगा मेरा weight change हो जाएगा, पर मेरा mass हमेशा same रहता है. अरे एक्सेप्ट फोर्स तो इट्स नॉट अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी ना, फोर्स इज अ वेक्टर भाई, है ना, अजीब गरीब सवाल मत पूछा करो, फोर्स वेक्टर है ना बेटा। यू इमेजिन, रिमेंबर दैट स्लैप वाला एग्जांपल, हाउ टू स्लैप, वेयर टू स्लैप, व्हिच साइड टू स्लैप, with how many degrees to slap, which hand to slap, how much swing to be given, everywhere direction is necessary. At last, which cheek to slap. Now you're clear? You'll not ask that question? Okay. So the SI unit of weight is obviously Newton because it's a force. यहां से शुरू हो गया आपके अंदर में खलबली। आज तक तो मैं हॉस्पिटल जाती हूं, जहां जाता हूं मेरा वेट कभी न्यूटन में कोई लिखता ही नहीं है, केजी में लिखता है, तो ये गड़बड़ क्या हो गया? क्या वो लोग मेरा मास मेजर कर रहे हैं या मेरा वेट? थोड़ा यहां तक समझ में आ गया? दिस इज बेटा द चेपू सीबीएसई नॉलेज यू नीड टू गेट मार्क्स, डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन मास एंड वेट। चेप देना इसको पूरा, ठीक है ना? डेफिनेशन, यूनिट, वेक्टर, यूनिवर्स में है सेम, यूनिवर्स में नॉट सेम। और आगे चले, आइए, और अभी से लेके बाकी आधा घंटा क्लास मजेदार डिस्कशन, जहां आपका सब नॉलेज फेल होगा। अभी आ जाओ, चलते हैं। पहले उस दिन की बात याद है, वी हैड टेकन बकुल टू इक्वेटर एंड पोल। ओके, सो नाउ वी स्टार्ट डिस्कसिंग अगेन व्हाट इज वेट। वेट इज इक्वल टू मास टाइम्स एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी। समझ में आया? तो मान लीजिए कि हमारे पास ऐसे, फॉर चंपाकली, वकुल हैज बॉट सम हुप्स, ये हुप वाला ईयररिंग है, ईयररिंग, और ये गोल्ड का बना हुआ है, विथ ऑल डीपेस्ट लव ही हैज परचेज्ड, ठीक है ना? ऐसा हुप वाला, कुंदन का काम नहीं है, पूरा बिल्कुल गोल्ड है, प्योर गोल्ड। ओके, नाउ बट द फेलो हु हैज बॉट दिस, he is actually super cunning, means when he actually buys it, he wants it to be as cheap as possible, and then what happens? Breakup hota hai na ek din, आओ मेरे earrings दे दो, and the day he will sell it after breakup, he wants it to be as max yield as he can get, ठीक है ना? और लड़का क्या है, लड़का फिजिक्स पढ़ता है, स्मार्ट है बच्चा, फिजिक्स पढ़ता है। अब देखो, now mass of this earring, mass is universally constant, इसमें कितना गोल्ड है वो तो चेंज नहीं होगा, we buy by weight, ठीक है ना? अब मान लो इसका we buy by weight, और गोल्ड का एक रेट रहेगा, उस रेट से मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा, सिंपल मैथमेटिक्स। so only way that he can pay less to buy if the weight is reduced. So to reduce the weight, when he goes to buy this gold, he should target a place where G is less. If G is less, weight will be less, he will pay less. तो वो क्या करता है, अभी वो ये अप्लाई करता है, G is equal to GME divided by RE square। अगर G को लेस करना है तो ये फैक्टर को बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। समझ में आया? Then he says, Champa, I booked our tickets to Indonesia. इंडोनेशिया बिल्कुल इक्वेटर के ऊपर आता है, ठीक है? और वो इंडोनेशिया इक्वेटर पे जाके इसको खरीदता है। तो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, यहाँ पे RE at the equator is more, so G at the equator is what? Less. So have you understood? He will buy this at the equator, ठीक है? फिर इसका ब्रेकअप हो गया 2 साल बाद, now he'll go to sell करने के टाइम वो फिर इक्वेशन लगाता है GME divided by RE square. Now to sell he needs more money. He will get more money if the weight of the earring increases. That means he wants to jack this fellow up. If he wants to jack this fellow up, he has to jack this down. तो वो बोलता है let's go to the Arctic, ठीक है ना? तो यहाँ पे रेडियस क्या है, नीचे है। अगर रेडियस नीचे है तो G of the pole will always be high. So sell the gold earring at pole, buy the gold earring at the equator. And it can be that you buy it at Indonesia and you sell it at Alaska, almost near pole. Some dollars you will make. Understood? ये कॉन्सेप्ट। तो हर चीज का वेट जगह जगह से डिफर होना शुरू हो जाता है, लेकिन मास कभी चेंज नहीं होगा। अगर आपने किसी चीज की वेट बढ़ानी है तो आपको जी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। जी बढ़ाने के लिए इस इक्वेशन को याद रखिए, जी को अगर बढ़ाना है तो रेडियस ऑफ द अर्थ को कम करना है, और अर्थ का रेडियस फ्लक्चुएट करता है बिकॉज द अर्थ इज नॉट राउंड, इट्स लाइक ए नारंगी और ए संतरा व्हिच इज फ्लैटेंड एट द इक्वेटर एंड bulged at the equator and flattened at the poles. Have you understood? But we do all our calculation assuming as if the earth is a sphere. हो गया ज्ञान part, okay? Now ready to become अज्ञानी? चलो. Now is the interesting part. So now we go to a hospital, okay? And this is your health card. ठीक है? और यहाँ पे लिखा है आपका weight और कोई लिखता है 42 kg. Very common, ऐसा रहता है. And then you also go to a place called, आप रत्नदीप वगैरह में जाते हो और आप कहते हो भैया भैया 2 किलो मैंगो दे दीजिए, 2 किलो मैंगो. अब सवाल आता है, on what unit did you make the purchase and what did the hospital fellow record for you? उसमें क्या लिखा था फॉर्म में? वेट ही लिखा था ना, और वेट तो न्यूटन होता है भाई, तो केजी क्यों लिखा? आपका मास कितना है फिर? व्हाट इज योर मास? These two are real datas. Our friend Bhavya went to Ratnadeep and bought 2 kg mangoes. My question is, what was the mass of the mangoes she bought and what was the weight of the mangoes she bought? अब देखो कैसे उत्पटांग आंसर्स आएंगे. देखो यही होता है, किताब का ज्ञान ये आपको मिल गया, आपको इसमें कितना मिलेगा? 5 में 5. अब लाइफ स्किल्स में आते हैं. ये लाइफ स्किल क्वेश्चन है. मैंने आपको पूछा इस आदमी या औरत का मास कितना है और इन मैंगोस का मास कितना है. ज्ञान फेल हो गया? सोचो. एंड यू कैन टेक GS 10. यू कैन टेक GS 10. इतना मैंने आपको छूट दे दिया. आपका मास कितना है और आपका वेट कितना है. डेफिनेशन बता दूं क्या फिर से मास का क्या है? हाँ, आइए पार्टिसिपेट कीजिए. आप गलत हो सकते हैं, आप गलत ही होंगे, आपको सिखाने के लिए मैं हूं यहाँ पे. आप बोलो. हाँ 4.2 आपका मास है. 4.2 kg. अच्छा केजी तो है, मास का यूनिट क्या होता है? केजी होता है ना. अब पहले थोड़ा सा तुम, हाँ टेल. No, there's nothing. I have never heard anything called Newton. You go to Ratnadeep tomorrow and say 2 Newton mango दीजिए. एगरा कावाले hand कावाले sir. Sir, you will give you your mobile. अम्मालो चप्पिस्तार what do you want? Have you heard Newton? भैया भैया मछली है क्या आपके पास? कौन सा है? अच्छा 2 न्यूटन मछली दीजिए. ऐसा होता है. पपीता कैसे दिए भैया? मैडम जी 60 रुपए न्यूटन. ऐसा सुनते हो क्या? नहीं ना. कहाँ फेल हो रहा है आपका नॉलेज? पार्टिसिपेट करो. Geez, I'm giving you the freedom to take it as 10 because let's not bore it up by using a 9.8. So I'm asking, what was the mass of that patient and what is the mass of this? What is the mass of this mangoes?
Is it 420?
420. सुमो रेसलर बना दिया उसको. सबसे पहले आप सोचो आप क्या गड़बड़ कर रहे हो. हाँ बोलो. चलो आप क्या गड़बड़ कर रहे हो. आपको मैंने ये पता वेट बताया ना, आपका दिमाग क्या काम कर रहा है पता है? वेट इज इक्वल टू मास इनटू एक्सीलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी. और आपका वेट कितना में रिकॉर्डेड है? वेट इज रिकॉर्डेड एज 42 kg. आप 42 kg को डिवाइड कर रहे हो 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर से, है ना. ये तो मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर है ना. आपका आंसर आया 4.2. पर क्या ये यूनिट केजी है? मास होने के लिए तो हमें यूनिट केजी होना पड़ेगा ना. क्या ये केजी है? नहीं है. तो आप तो गलत हो. G is meter per second square. I don't know what you do when you are giving me the value of mass in terms of physics. The unit has to be kg because SI unit of mass is kg. आप समझे? आपको समझ में आ गया ना लफड़ा कहां पे है? ये बहुत लोग आंसर नहीं कर पाएगा. आप स्कूल में भी बहुत लोग, स्कूल क्या में नहीं आंसर कर पाएगा. सीखे इसको ठीक तरह से. Now let's learn this. Okay, the difference between weight and mass. In order to understand the difference between weight and mass, the first thing you need to understand is the unit system. Let us go by the SI unit. SI unit is the system international which we follow now. इसमें करोगे कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है. ठीक है. आइए एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. यह है हमारा एक आम, है ना, और इस आम का मास ले लेते हैं 1 kg। अच्छा 2 kg चाहिए बेटा, 2 kg ले लेते हैं, बहुत बड़ा आम हो जाएगा बागानपल्ली जैसा। 2 kg आम का मास है, 2 kg। क्लियर है अभी आप? आइए, और हम इसमें दो चीज निकालना चाहेंगे कि इसका मास कितना है और इसका वेट कितना है। एसआई में निकाल रहे हैं। मास का मतलब क्या है? हाउ मच ऑफ कंटेंट इज देयर इन दिस आर्म। ठीक है, तो मास में तो बड़ा इजी आंसर है, मास इज इक्वल टू 2 kg, तो सवाल ही नहीं आता है। अब हम इसको ये हो गया, हम अर्थ पे देख रहे हैं। ठीक है, अर्थ में देख रहे हैं, तो अर्थ में इसका मास कितना आया, इसको समझ लो ना, लाइफ क्लियर हमेशा के लिए। अर्थ में मास कितना आया? 2 kg। अर्थ में वेट कितना आएगा? वेट आएगा मास इंटू जी, है ना। और हमने अर्थ में जी को एज्यूम कर लिया, सपोज इट्स 10 मीटर्स पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर फॉर सिंप्लिसिटी। तो व्हाट इज द वेट ऑन अर्थ? 2 into 10 which is equal to 20 newtons. Have you understood? No confusion. Now you will say sir, कोई शॉप तो न्यूटन में बात ही नहीं करता है। मैं अगर कल दुकानदार को बोलूं 2 न्यूटन दीजिए, वो बोलेगा क्या, आता ही नहीं है। वो गलत है, आप करेक्ट हो। अब हमें सीखना है रोज रोज बाजार में फिर कौन सा यूनिट चलता है। गड़बड़ी वहां पे है एक्चुअली, समझ में आ रहा है ना, गड़बड़ी भाषा में है। सो लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट। अब हम मून में चलते हैं। मून्स ग्रेविटी इज 1/6 ऑफ दिस। तो हमने मून में जी कितना मान लिया? जी मून मान लिया, जी ई है, तो इसको हमने जी ई लिखा। मून का जी है 10/6 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर, 1/6 है ना, सो इट्स अराउंड 1.33। तो मून में मास कितना होगा बेटा? 2 kg। मास तो यूनिवर्सली कांस्टेंट है। और मून में वेट कितना हो जाएगा? मून्स वेट विल बी मास इंटू जी मून। So how much is our mass? 2 into 10/6 which is equal to 2 3s are 6, और ये हो गया हमारा 3.33 न्यूटन्स। मून में जाते ही हमारा वेट, और 3.33 को अगर आप 6 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 20 न्यूटन्स। तो मेरे जैसा विशाल काया वाला आदमी अगर मून में जाएगा तो मेरा वेट तो घट जाएगा, my weight will be less but my mass remains the same wherever I am. Has this understood? अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये जो एसआई यूनिट है ना, ये कमर्शियल लैंग्वेज में यूज नहीं होता है। मींस रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में आम, मछली, जो पेड़ा, काजू कतली ये सब खरीद रहे हो, या आपका वजन, अब वहां क्या यूज होता है देखते हैं। चलो, इज दिस अंडरस्टूड? सो इफ यू आर डूइंग एनी साइंटिफिक एक्सपेरिमेंट यू हैव नो कंफ्यूजन। सो इफ somebody tells you the mass of somebody is so many kgs, what is the weight? You will answer the weight in newtons. So let me go back to my question. My question was that the hospital is recording you as 42 kg. First of all, when the hospital is recording you at 42 kg, this itself is wrong. And when you go at Ratnadeep and say, give me 2 kgs by weight, weight का यूनिट कभी भी kg नहीं हो सकता है। पर लोग आपके साथ डिस्प्यूट करेंगे, यहां पे कुछ एक भूल रहे हैं वो लोग, वही हम तलाश करेंगे। इफ दे वुड हैव टोल्ड यू दैट इट इज अ वेरी साइंटिफिक हॉस्पिटल, वी फॉलो एसआई यूनिट्स, योर वेट इज 420 न्यूटन्स, सो यू विल से ओह दैट मींस माय मास इज 42 kg। नो कंफ्यूजन? ओके, बट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट हैपेंस इन रियल वर्ल्ड। आ जाओ अब रियल वर्ल्ड पे चलते हैं। रियल वर्ल्ड अनफॉर्चुनेटली चलता है मेट्रिक सिस्टम में, और यहीं पे गड़बड़ी हो गया है। मेट्रिक सिस्टम, the metric system is also known as the MKS system, मीटर किलोग्राम सेकंड सिस्टम। अब देखते हैं यहां पे क्या गड़बड़ है। दोबारा हमारा वही आम, कितना था इसका मास? 2 kg। ठीक है, यहां पे हो गया हमारा मास। इसको ज्यादा अच्छे से समझिए, then only you will understand real life case, mass and weight. And then what did we say? We are measuring it on, first on earth, and then we will be measuring it on moon. अब देखते हैं क्या है, यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए। In SI unit, in MKS unit, mass is measured in also kg. Have you understood? there is a difference in weight. इन लोगों ने जब वेट को डिफाइन किया, एमकेएस इज द पुराना सिस्टम, द क्लासिकल सिस्टम. एमकेएस में वेट इज नॉट मेजर्ड इन न्यूटन. वेट इज मेजर्ड इन समथिंग कॉल्ड केजी, एंड इफ यू आर एग्जैक्टली करेक्ट, एक एफ रहेगा, केजीएफ, केजी फोर्स. केजी बट केजी फोर्स, दिस इज केजी फोर्स. रोज के भाषा में लोग ये एफ को भूल चुके हैं, इसीलिए लोग कहते हैं केजी केजी केजी. केजी फोर्स, केजीएफ. When you're coming through basement or sometimes you will get some pressure gauges. Pressure gauge में क्या measure करते हैं बेटा? Pressure gauge में हम pressure measure करते हैं. Yes or no? So the pressure is measured in what? Force per unit area. Open the front driving door of your car. Open the front driving door of your car. So as you open the door, the steering will be right on your right. Stand like this. गाड़ी ऐसा है, गाड़ी इस तरफ मुंह किया हुआ है. Door खोलो, steering on your right. और फिर ये जगह पे जहां पे धूल हो जाता है, जहां पे डोर लॉक होता है, वहां पे देखना एक स्टिकर रहता है, स्टिकर. Now every car will have that. That sticker tells you how much inflation you should do on your car tire pressure. So they will give the pressure in bar, PSI. PSI is FPS unit, British unit. Force per unit area. British measure force as pound, and area they measure as inch square. So PSI means pounds per square inch. और आप जो ये पेट्रोल स्टेशन में जाके बोलते ना, अन्ना 35 कर दो, किक किक, that 35 is actually in PSI. Why? We have learned enough SI, but we were ruled by whom? British. वो अभी भी हमारे अंदर से नहीं गया है. तो जब आप फ्यूल स्टेशन में जाते हो, the unit in which you are loading your car is not SI, British. ये आपके खून में घुस चुका है. हमारा फ्लैट जो है ना 1500 SFT है, स्क्वायर फुट. Square foot is the unit of area, but you see your agreement of sale, it will be done in meter square. But everyone talks in square foot. दुकान में जाइए, भाई साहब, भैया आपके पास 22 mm का किला है, कितना? 22.5. ऐसा आप बात करवाइए, अपने मिस्त्री से बात करवाइए. फिर मिस्त्री हुआ, अरे अरे नहीं, 1 इंच का किला दे दियो. 1 इंच, वो इंच में समझता है और आपको बेवकूफ बोल देगा. बट यू आर करेक्ट. सो the concept of weight, when MKS people defined, there was nothing called Newton. They used to define it in kg force. So if you see some pressure gauges, you will see there pressure is force per unit area, उसमें unit ऐसा रहेगा, kgf per cm square. In fact, when I did my mechanical engineering, all my steam calculations, because we used to do a lot of MKS problem, you have done pressure in what? Pascal, Newton per meter square. We have done a lot of pressure problems only in MKS. kgf per cm square. The force in MKS is always kgf, but चलते चलते लोग इस f को नहीं बोलते हैं. In fact, in our Pebble City, some pressure gauges, I don't know whoever purchased it, the unit is written as kg per cm. kg per cm square cannot be pressure. kg is mass. kg force per cm square. और अगर आप अभी मैकेनिक को पूछो ना, आपके पानी में प्रेशर है, हाँ सब 4 kg प्रेशर है, 4 kg नहीं, 4 kg फोर्स. वो फोर्स को नहीं बोलते हैं. Now let's see what is the, ये तो पता चला यूनिट के बारे में, got to know about unit. Now let's see what is the definition. MKS, when it was defined, they did not think of any other planet or any other celestial body. The discussion remained only till Earth, and they gave a very vague thing. They said, if a body weighs 1 kg, if a body has a mass of 1 kg, then its weight on Earth is how much? 1 kgf. Simple. There is no concept of g out here. 1 kgf. Have you understood? A body of 1 kg is pulled by the Earth with a force which is equal to 1 kgf. Now just try to see the striking difference. This is Earth. This is 1 kg. When you're talking in terms of MKS, okay, let's say first when you're talking in terms of SI, then you say that this body is being pulled by 10 Newton, assuming 10 meter per second square. But this is the SI methodology. The MKS people say that this is being pulled by 1 kg force, which brings us to a new conversion that a 1 kg force is actually 10 Newton, but in good books you will find it as 9.81 Newton because they are taking 9.8 as the acceleration due to gravity. Have you understood this? So let's look at our mango. Our mango had a mass of 2 kg. So what is the weight of the mango on Earth? 2 kgf. Now, when you're going to the shop, you don't buy anything with mass, you buy everything with weight. Imagine how the weighment happens. Scale is kept, and on that you load your mango. So the mango is pulled by the earth. हवा में वजन नहीं होता है, या फिर एकदम गांव में जाओगे तो भी ऐसे पकड़ता है, अर्थ उसे पुल करता है नीचे. सो आप क्या खरीद रहे हो? आप 2 kg मास का मैंगो खरीद रहे हो, whose weight, unfortunately everything happens in MKS. So the weight of that mango is how much? 2 kg force. But that illiterate fellow, not he, you also, you prefer to call it as मम्मी मम्मी 2 kg मैंगो लाया. मम्मी मम्मी मैंगो लाया जिसका मास था 2 kg, पर उसका प्राइस था 50 rupees per kg force. Because we are doing it in MKS, we are not doing it in SI. Have you understood? Now the question arises, if I take this mango on moon, how much is it? 2 kg. यहां इसका कोई आंसर नहीं है हमारे पास. We don't have an answer. We can find its answer only by the ulta way. We can find what is the weight of this in newtons in moon, and then use this expression to find what is the weight in kgf in moon. Because when kg force came, kg force में उन्होंने अर्थ छोड़ के और कुछ सोचा ही नहीं. अब वापस सवाल में चलते हैं. इस सवाल पे कहां था? ये वाला सवाल. अरे यार, हाँ ये सवाल. The hospital did one thing wrong, that the hospital should have recorded your weight as, what is your mass? 42 kg. How much do you weigh? 42 kgf. When you are reporting me in MKS, I weigh 420 newtons when you are reporting me in SI. As simple as that. Understood? What is the mass of this mango? 2 kg. What is the weight of this mango? 2 kg force. When I am being reporting this mango in MKS, and if I report this mango in SI, then the mango is roughly 20 newtons. अगर कल से बाजार में न्यूटन पे रेट लगना शुरू हो जाए ना, this MKS will die forever. अच्छा, one interesting thing. When I first time went to Hong Kong, I went to a street side fruit seller. So they sell fruits in scales, and these scales are dial scales, which keep on lurking at the shop. It's a dial scale, like a clock. आप उसमें पैन में अपना fruits रखो, वो अपना हिसाब कर देगा. It was very interesting what I saw, that this dial scale is reading in LBS. Hong Kong was a British territory. Pound में read कर रहा है. तो वहां जो price भी लिखा हुआ है ना, the price of the mango also displayed was something like say $6 Hong Kong dollar each kg per LBS, ऐसे लिखा रहेगा. You have to tame yourself. हमारे यहाँ पे कैसा लिखा रहेगा? 60 rupees per kg. But in that country, weight is measured in pound. तो साथ साथ कोई बोलता है सस्ता है, मैं बोला 1 मिनट रुको, पर पाउंड है. And 1 pound is roughly half kg. 456 grams is 1 pound. 1 pound is roughly half kg. So whatever is, if your weight is 40 kilos, in pound you are almost 80 पाउंड के आसपास आप होंगे, 78 पाउंड के आसपास. ये पाउंड बता रहा है, लेकिन केजी में नहीं बता रहा है. खरीदने के बाद देखो इतना सही केला आया आपके पास. क्यों? क्योंकि ये पाउंड में है. अब कंफ्यूजन क्लियर हुआ. जब भी आप वेट, नाउ लेट्स गो टू द फ्यूल स्टेशन. फ्यूल स्टेशन में आप कैसे डाल रहे हो? 36 psi. psi stands for pound. Pound is weight per square inch. Weight means force. Force per square inch means force per unit area. ये तो प्रेशर बता रहा है. तो अब देखो प्रेशर के कितने यूनिट्स बन सकते हैं. आपने पढ़ा था न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर. दिस इज द मोस्ट easiest and the best way to learn. This is SI. अब हम चलते हैं किसमें? MKS में. kg force per cm square. मेरी पूरी इंजीनियरिंग इसमें पढ़ते पढ़ते निकला है. अब हम चलते हैं ब्रिटेन में. LBS पर इंच स्क्वायर, पाउंड पर इंच स्क्वायर. फिर आप जब नेवल इंजीनियरिंग में जाएंगे, वहां पे आ जाएगा बार, फिर आएगा टॉर, फिर एक और है एटमॉस्फेयर्स, ATA. प्रेशर इतना बोर करता है लोगों को. टॉर आया था आफ्टर द नेम ऑफ एन इटालियन साइंटिस्ट नेम्ड इवेंजेलिसिया टोरिसेली. अगर मैं रहता तो दास भी कोई यूनिट होता, टू मेनी दास। ओके, तो ये टॉर उससे आया है। टॉर, बार, एटमॉस्फेयर, पीएसआई, kgf per cm square. In India, in many industries, all plants, you will see pressure gauge in this and this. ये दोनों रहेगा, दोनों में रहेगा. In fact, if you see the oxygen cylinder in hospital, that will have this one, as well as in bar. जिसको जो अच्छा लगे उसमें पढ़ लेना. So nowadays, what we do, we don't have any more analog instruments. We have everything digital. किक दबाएंगे तो PSI में आएगा. किक. Even that fuel station में जो है ना, that can also be set in. In fact, मैं जब भरता हूं कोई नहीं रहता है, I play with that only. गाड़ी में तभी, then don't fill 36. You should then see your car label. आपकी गाड़ी में जो जिस जगह पे, गाड़ी में ये वाला पोर्शन देखा करो. Where to draw it? Okay, this is your car. Say you have a hatchback car and this is the front part. ये डोर को जैसे ही आपने खोला ना, ये वाले पोर्शन में एक स्टिकर रहेगा on the body, not on the door. It will tell you how much you should inflate your car. They will tell you in PSI, bar, then it will also have kgf per cm square. Petrol stations always use this क्योंकि ये नंबर अच्छा है. इसमें रहेगा कुछ 1.0 समथिंग. ये नंबर्स अच्छे रहते हैं. 36, 34, इसीलिए बोलता है 36, 34. तो जब 36 हो रहा है, always see the other side. Units are very interesting. Just answer one question. We bought say jackfruit. ठीक है, अब हम दोनों तरफ से देखेंगे. दिस इज आवर वाइज फेस एंड दिस इज विद इडियट्स वी हैव टू बिहेव लाइक इडियट्स. सो दिस इज द इडियट कल्चर एंड द इडियट कल्चर इज द प्रेवलेंट कल्चर. सो लेट्स सी वी आर करेक्ट और नॉट. एंड दिस इज द एजुकेटेड कल्चर. इसमें क्या मिलेगा? इसमें पीपल विल फ्राउन एट यू, है ना. एजुकेटेड में पीपल फ्राउन एट यू. जैकफ्रूट की प्राइसिंग कैसा होना चाहिए? 100 रुपीज पर केजी फोर्स. पर इसमें इडियट कल्चर में कैसे रहेगा? 100 रुपीज पर केजी. दिस इज इडियट कल्चर. एवरी डे यू सी दिस. हमने खरीदा 2 kg. वी ब्रॉट 2 kg. तो हमने कितना मास खरीदा? मास 2 kg. यहां पे भी मास कितना आया? 2 kg. यहां पे वेट कितना आएगा? 2 kg force. No. They will not say 2 kg force. They will say 2 kg. यहां पे वेट कितना आएगा? Educated guy, 2 kg force. And if you are a scientist, then you bought how much? 2 kg multiplied by 10, 20 newtons आपने खरीदा. ये है स्ट्रक्चर. आशा करता हूं आपको समझ में आया होगा. क्लियर? ये जो रोज केजी बोलते हैं ना, केजी में एक टू एफ मिसिंग है. वेट कैनॉट बी केजी. वेट इज अ फोर्स, सो इट इज केजी फोर्स. एंड व्हाट इज द बेसिक डेफिनेशन? अ बॉडी ऑफ 1 kg ऑन अर्थ इज अट्रैक्टेड बाय अ फोर्स ऑफ 1 kg force in MKS. And in SI we will say it is attracted by a force of 9.8. 9.8 multiplied by 1 kg mass is 9.8 Newton, or you can say roughly 10 Newtons. So हमारा मेन कन्वर्शन क्या रहता है? 1 kg force is always equal to 9.8 Newton. क्योंकि हाँ बोलो. नहीं फ्रिक्शन नहीं. This is a part of it. kg force, it is a unit. ये फ्रिक्शन से कुछ लेना देना नहीं. स्मॉल एफ फ्रिक्शन वो दूसरा चीज है. दिस इज अ पोर्शन ऑफ द यूनिट. जैसे आप CMS लिखते हो कोई सेंटीमीटर, वैसा ही है. ये इसका पार्ट है. इज नो मल्टीप्लीकेशन. 1 kg मास है, 1 kg फोर्स, उसी मास का वेट है MKS में, एज पर द साइंटिस्ट ऑफ MKS. एंड एज पर द गधा ऑफ MKS, वो F को हटा के kg बोलता है. और यही आप रोज बोलते हो. भैया 1 kg गुलाब जामुन दीजिए. 1 kg गुलाब जामुन दीजिए जिसे धरती 1 kg फोर्स से खींच रहा है, और उसकी कीमत है 400 रुपए एवरी kg फोर्स. और अगर हम न्यूटन्स में खरीदते तो 10 न्यूटन्स. 1 kg गुलाब जामुन दीजिए जिसे धरती 10 न्यूटन से खींच रहा है, और जिसकी प्राइस है 400 रुपीज पर 10 न्यूटन्स. ठीक है.